Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. It's a cheesecake challenge. Which is better, oven baked or pressure cooker? And then,
I've always been really interested in the news and politics and all that stuff and making a difference in the world.
and finally, we're talking science with Liz Heineke. There may also be a little singing. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happi. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. A cheesecake challenge, brought to you by Supermoms. I am slightly obsessed with my pressure cooker, and I also love to bake cheesecake. It's one of the only things I bake, and people like it a lot. So I wanted to try making a cheesecake in my pressure cooker because I read you could do it. And then I thought it'd be fun, Peggy, to have a cheesecake challenge, like which is better, oven or pressure cooker. Plus the benefit of this is now we're gonna have 2 cheesecakes to eat.
Yes, yes.
Peggy, I've already baked a cheesecake in the oven, but now we are going to assemble the cheesecake for the pressure cooker. Okay. You know I love this thing.
So happy for you.
When I looked at the cooking instructions for the cheesecake, it is 40 minutes in the pressure cooker, which is about the same as the oven, honestly. But the cooling process is a lot easier because the cooling process when you bake a cheesecake in the oven, depending on how you do it, is a little bit tedious because you have to set the timer and cool a certain way for a certain amount of time and then set the timer again and cool a certain way. So it appears to me that we can just bring right on out.
Exciting.
Also, the thing I like about pressure cookers is often if you want to make everything fresh for people, your oven is tied up or your stovetop is tied up. So this gives you another vehicle to make something in. And finally, if it is hot outside, which it's not right now, but using the pressure cooker doesn't heat up the oven or make your house hotter. So,
Bonus.
all right, we are going to now assemble the cheesecake to make in the pressure cooker. And I've made most of the ingredients already. I have a guilty secret about my cheesecake.
Tell me.
I double the crust recipe because who are we kidding? The crust is the best part of the cheesecake.
So it makes it thicker or it goes up the
Taller,
side?
thicker, all of it.
Yes, yes.
All crust all the time. So
I love that.
Yes.
That's my favorite part.
So this is basically a mixture of walnuts, graham crackers, cinnamon,
Butter.
It's a low-cal recipe. And basically all I do is take my springform pan, and this is a 7-inch pan, which is smaller than I usually use because I want it to fit.
Oh, so you get yourself one of those?
Yep. And then, and actually, in fact, I ordered this online, and it specifically said to fit in a 6-quart
No,
pressure.
everybody's onto this thing now. Okay.
They're all on it.
right.
They're on it. So I'm pouring this in, and then I'm going to do this so you don't have to get messy. But you basically pat the crust. And because our front butter is involved, it smooths down, and you just pat
Holds
this.
together.
Holds together. Yep.
Looks good.
All right, so I pat our crust down, and we are all set to go.
And you don't have to bake that or like.
This bakes with the cheesecake. So again, it's just like cinnamon, butter, walnuts, graham crackers. I think that's actually, I think that is what it is.
All right.
Then we have got our cheesecake kind of batter, if you will, that I've made, which is cream cheese, eggs, sugar, vanilla, milk, and flour. Yes.
All right.
And so honestly, the recipe, I'm going to go ahead and credit where I got my recipe from, which is Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. It's tried and true. It works for me every time. Only thing is I double the crust. Double the crust. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. And you don't want to overfill it. So that's the thing, the recipe that I made, and I made my exact same recipe. I looked this up online, and they had a different recipe, but to do the true challenge, I wanted to make my exact recipe with, because you can do sour cream in cheesecake, you can do a lot of different things. But anyways, so you don't
So
want
apples to apples, we're comparing.
apples
Just
to
the only
apples.
thing is this is different.
Yep. So you don't want this to get too full. So I put the filling in, and then of course, like more crust is more crust. So I'm gonna go ahead. The same crust is also the topping. So you put a little bit of that on the top. It makes it pretty, of course. And then I'm gonna put it on this trivet that came with my pressure cooker. And we've put in 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna lower this down. We're gonna turn the pressure cooker on to manual or pressure cook, whichever your system system has. And then we're going to turn the pressure to high, set the timer for 40 minutes, and we should be in business.
Great.
Let's do it. Here are our finished cheesecakes. This is the one that was made in the pressure cooker, and this one was made in the oven. Honestly, I probably overcooked it just a smidge. Hopefully people won't notice. Let's just see what people have to say about these. I've let my taste testers in, and they are blindfolded. And now we are going to decide which is better, oven baked or pressure cooker. All right, can everyone find a fork? Try to find your left fork. Left hand. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, there you go. Okay, yes? Yes. Okay, take a bite.
I want to make sure it goes in my mouth.
Okay. Cheesecake.
Good.
Number 1.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay. Now, okay. Now find your right fork. Yep, you got it. Okay. This.
Is there something on it?
Yeah. There's something.
Are we waiting to eat together?
Eat it now. Go ahead.
First one is
I
good.
can't see what anyone else is doing.
Thoughts?
The right one was a little more runny, I feel like. The
More
texture was
runny?
A little bit different.
Interesting. What about you, Peggy?
Both are good. Both are good.
I
Okay.
agree, they both taste good.
They
Okay.
both taste
Tastes really
awesome.
Okay. So no preference, which is actually
I-
fine because now we know a pressure cooker.
I think
versus
maybe
oven.
I would say maybe this one for me.
The left one. Okay.
know what that
I would
Cheesecake.
agree with that. It's just
Left?
a little more dense.
Lisa.
Yes, same.
The pressure cooker.
The pressure
won!
cooker?
Really?
No, wait. Can I take it off?
Yeah, take it out. Pressure cooker, oven. And actually that's interesting because remember, I don't know if you guys heard me say, I felt like I overcooked the oven one and you're saying
And
that.
it was a little
No,
more.
this
It was
one
still
was
good.
really
I'd
good.
still eat it.
Okay.
I'll still eat both.
Super dense.
Okay, now we
What
know.
about a topping?
What? I got
Do
you.
we have topping?
Yeah, there's topping. Just a minute. Okay. Okay.
Good, right?
So good. I made it. It's so great. That is fun. That's surprising to me.
It's not runny. It's just
It's creamier,
Yeah.
but
Much creamier.
both good, right?
both good.
Who wants some cheesecake?
Everyone.
Okay. Thanks, you guys, for taste testing with me.
Thank you.
Such a chore.
Fun. Show us what you make in your pressure cooker. Send pics to Facebook. Just find the Happy House. Up next on the Happy House, what's your blog called?
That is great.
It's called That Is Great,
Mm-hmm.
which it is great. I've read your blog and it's really fun. We have a lot of amazing young people help us out on the Happy House, and we thought it'd be fun for you to get to know some of them a little bit better. So today I'm sitting with Oscar. Hi, Oscar.
Hello.
Thanks for coming today.
No, my pleasure.
Okay. So you do something that I think is pretty cool for someone your age. You have a blog. What's your blog called?
That is great.
It's called That Is Great,
Mm-hmm.
which it is great. I've read your blog and it's really fun. Why did you want to start a blog like that?
So it started out like 2 years ago now, and I was like seeing the news all the time. I've always been really interested in the news and politics and all that stuff and making a difference in the world. And like the breaking point was when I started hearing about Malala and how she was so young and yet she was making such a big difference. And I had a lot of opinions that I wanted to get out there and really make a difference about. So I knew that I could write. So with some help from my mom, I was able to get the website up and running, and then I started writing about things that I thought were great and making a real difference.
Your blog is positive, right?
Yeah.
There's so much that is happening right now that no matter what your political views are, we just know that we need to hear about great things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And every once in a while, like, there have been a few times where I've said, like, there's a problem. But the thing that's different about my blog from so many other news sources or opinions and stuff is that rather than only stating the problem, I always offer a solution. So it's never just a negative thing.
I love that. Looking for a way to solve things. That's what we all need to be, is solvent, right?
Yep.
So how often do you write your blog?
So it can vary, especially because I'm in school and all that stuff. So like during the summer, it could be once or twice a week. But during the school year, especially like right now, I'm in a school musical. I have wrestling, cross country, jazz band. I've got a lot of stuff. So it can slow down during the school year.
Sounds like you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah. So then during the school year, it might slow down to once every 2 weeks. It just depends.
All right. So people, if they want to find your blog, they just go to thatisgreat.com.
.co.
.co. Yes. Okay. Oscar, it's been really fun talking with you. You're sort of honestly an entrepreneur. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. One more question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
So when I grow up, I want to continue making a difference. So I'd first like to go into law and then eventually politics.
Politics. I think you are going to find a good space there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming up next on the Happy House, we're talking science for older kids with Liz Heineke. There may be some singing involved. This week's science segment is presented by Supermoms.
All right, are you guys ready to sing the science song?
I hope
It's pretty tricky, so focus.
Okay.
Repeat after me. Physics, biology, chemistry, yeah. Faster. Physics, biology, chemistry, yeah. Faster. Physics, biology, chemistry, yeah. That was beautiful.
That was fantastic. I feel like that's the best I've ever seen it done, boys.
Wow.
Maybe that's because you're so old.
Maybe that's because we've done it like 5 times.
So we are really thrilled to have Liz Heineke here doing some science with us. Do you guys still like science and projects?
Yes.
Yeah, and not projects as much.
Okay. So that's
Well, it depends what sort of project.
okay.
If
So
there's glue and paper, you know it's going down.
okay. So how about if there's tape? Can I put this? Great.
I like tape.
Okay.
It's better than glue.
All right. So Liz has a project. One thing I think that parents struggle with sometimes, Liz, is how to keep older kids, specifically boys sometimes, engaged in activities that aren't sports, aren't screen things, aren't all of those things, right?
Right. So tech is always a good thing to get older kids involved because tech is part of your life every day, right? What tech stuff do you use every day?
Everything. Phone in school, I have to use iPads, laptops. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
Well, we are going to make a robot that draws today. What do you think about that?
I'm excited.
Chan, what do you think?
That sounds fun.
Okay, so this is a little toy motor. You can order them online. It will go around in circles. See this little spinny part? But what do we need to do to make the motor spin? What does it need?
Batteries.
Right, power, batteries, energy, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to take this battery. It has a positive and negative electrode. We are going to put it on top of a cup. We're going to tape it in, and we are going to add some wires. See these little alligator clips?
Yep.
They have wire in them. What do you need to make a circuit? Do you guys know what a circuit is?
It's like the full circle of electricity.
Exactly.
Need metal.
Yep. A conductor. You guys are so smart. So there's wire in here that's going to be the path for our electrons, right? The batteries are going to provide the power, right?
Yep.
And then the load, the thing that a load can be a light bulb, it can be a motor. The thing we're using the energy for is this motor that's going to spin around. Okay?
Okay.
We have these cups. I cut holes in them already because, X-Acto knives. This is a good thing for parents to do. See how the motor can fit through the hole? Grab a motor. And we need the electrodes to be sticking down through there. Yep, so the spinny part up. Okay, so, yep. Because when this spins, we want our robot to be off balance so it will move around. So now grab a cork, stab it on to the spinny part of your motor like this. Sideways.
Okay.
That's going to throw our motor off balance and make our cup move around. Just poke it in. You might want to hold it. That's what I was just going to say. You might want to hold it. Yeah. If you need help, I can help you.
There?
Let's get this.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. All this stuff can be ordered online. So these are just little alligator clip leads, they're called. We are going to start by take your motor, grab 2 of these, clip 1 to one electrode and 1 to another electrode. So here, Oscar, you can grab those. I've already done it on this one, Happy. You can grab this one if you want. I'll take that. Oh, yours needs a cork, Happy.
This off.
Here's yours. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So do we do that while it's inside the cup?
Nope,
Is that
take it
correct?
off the cup and clip it on, and then we're gonna put the lines going down through. Yep, so click it right onto there.
There we go.
Yep,
Put it
sideways.
this way.
Yeah, as long as we can get it down through there, that's fine. Let's kind of,
Okay.
actually, let's go straight up. And yours has a wire, so we can actually
well,
just clip
that's
it to the
nice.
wire. And then clip the other one to that one. So lots of times older kids' projects are a little futzier than little kids' projects, but it's good. And if things don't work, you just take them apart, figure out what went wrong. It's great for problem solving skills. Okay, then go ahead, yep, put the electrodes, put the clips down through your cup into the inside. And Oscar, yours are kind of long, so we're gonna have to kind of, yep, get them down through there, and we're gonna pull them down through, and then push
have
the
to-
clips down, and hopefully it'll all stay attached. And then you're gonna just go ahead and tape the motor onto the top of your cup. See how I did this one? Yep, there you go. So you're gonna have to kind of maneuver them a little.
Yeah.
Yours are really big.
Push them down.
Yeah, just push them down through there.
Pull.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Okay,
go.
make sure they're still connected because we have to have our path for the electrons, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They're both still on.
Okay, then go ahead and tape it to the cup. You can choose.
Tape it on.
There's some-
I gotta get that
yeah.
shiny tape.
Yeah, looks pretty robotic.
So we want to make sure the cork is still able to spin.
The cork has to be able to spin freely.
Okay.
So,
But
yep,
the motor should be stuck.
the motor should be taped to the cup, yes.
Okay.
So, yes, good point, Happy. Do not tape over the cork. It has to be able to keep spinning.
I need some.
Here, have you ever torn duct tape before?
But do we need more?
Not very well.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we're like, how much do we want?
We have scissors, or you can do it with your fingers, too.
Okay. So like, let's get started, and then I'm gonna let you do more.
I can tape stuff.
Okay. You can tape stuff. Here, I'll tear off another piece, and you tape.
Now, you can order these little battery holders online, too.
Okay.
I'm putting the batteries in here, and hopefully, I'm gonna use, can you hand me that cup, Happy, please? I'm gonna use this to test the motors and to test the batteries. So we have the motors on the cups. Lots of times before you like glue everything down, it's good to make sure that the motors are spinning and working. I already tested them,
Okay.
but I'm gonna make sure this battery pack works by trying to spin this motor. It's not attached, but I'm gonna complete the circuit by clipping this onto my battery. I also have some little battery clips we can use.
It works.
It works. So this is a good battery clip. So what I want one of you to do is take this, I'll test the next one, and you're gonna tape it inside of your cup. Do you see that? So that
Yeah.
these two parts are facing down, because those are the parts we wanna be able to clip onto, right?
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, you take this one. I'm gonna test another one for you, Chandler. Yep, that works. Here you go.
Where's my tape? Oh, there.
Okay, so you're taping the battery pack to the inside of the cup. Okay, so what we've done is we have taped our battery packs in here, right? What else
Yep.
did we do? What did we do with the extra?
We coiled it all up and taped it inside so it wouldn't be in the way.
Yeah, and then what are these things?
Battery clips.
Yep,
In
and
case it can't reach.
yep, and so we just have to clip these onto the wires, and we can test that they're hooked up the right way by doing what?
By putting it together, finishing the circuit.
Yep. Okay, so the final step before we get these going is we're gonna just clip these, get everything secured down a little bit better. Okay, so why don't you tape this down? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tape pens kind of equal distant around the cup, because these are art bots. They're gonna be drawing on this paper. So we're gonna tape the pens on the cup like this, okay? You can choose whatever colors you want. Here's some pens. Oh, maybe I shouldn't, I'll keep these in the back. So grab some pens, tape them on, and then we will put our art bots to work.
Gotta tape it.
Oh, nice.
That works.
Well done.
Oh, they got.
That is some good
That's
engineering.
spacing,
What do you
that's
think? Oh, and
spacing.
Chandler, yours looks awesome.
All right.
Okay, so test your motors one more time. Sometimes things vibrate and fall off with these, and then you just put them back on. Okay, pull those lids off the markers. And then Attach, snap your battery clip on. Got that?
Tape off a little
There you
bit.
go.
You're gonna finish.
And then we're gonna set them on this paper. You can also do this with dry erase boards and dry erase markers if you don't wanna make a mess. You get it clipped on so it stays. There you go. Okay, now set it down.
Oh my goodness.
So it's going in a circle. How do you think you could change the pattern of the design it's making?
Change the way the motor moves.
Yep. Or change the balance, right?
Yeah.
If they're perfectly balanced, you can get smooth lines sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
How do you snap that on? Yeah.
Here. They're tricky. You just got to hold the battery pack down really hard.
You should sell these. You could make a ton of money.
There you go.
Okay, put it down, Chan.
All right, let's try this. Oh yeah, look at his. One leg is the three-legged robot.
Liz, this was so much fun. Hey, did you boys have fun doing science today?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a lot of fun. You guys are awesome.
To see more of Liz's science ideas and other segments, visit thehappyhouse.com and find us on Facebook.
Oh no, what are we singing?
We know you can sing.
The lyrics are really hard to remember, so just look at the shirts.